Hello and welcome to the network. My Raspberry Pi 2 Model B came, 1 gig of RAM, quad core 900 megahertz CPU, brand new Raspberry Pi right here. I got an ED-Max wireless 802.11 BGN USB adapter, 64 gig class 10 micro SD card with adapter. I got myself a power adapter by Cooltech, 5 volts at 2000 milliamps, which would be 2 amps. And I got a little case, just something to put it in, see-through, has some vents. So let's go ahead and dissect this. Okay, so the first thing I want to open will be the Raspberry Pi number 2 Model B. As you can see, the box here, they put a nice little sticker over it for whatever reason, for barcode. Just says how to get started. Please visit designspark.com/Raspberry Pi. It's just a little box. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this and take a look at the Raspberry Pi. So as you can see, it looks like it's in an anti-static bag. It comes with a little Raspberry Pi safety information, and the rest of the box is just empty. Okay, so there's that. Raspberry Pi 2 Model B. So let's set that stuff aside. So here's the Raspberry Pi. Wow, this is much smaller than I expected. It's in a anti-static case here, or bag. So let's go ahead and take it out. As you can see, here is the Raspberry Pi. We have 4 USB adapters, USB ports. We have a Ethernet port, little HDMI, and audio out. And there it is. That's it right there. So there's the Raspberry Pi. So there's the Raspberry Pi. You can see the Broadcom CPU and another CPU that is or another chip that is SMSC. You see, that's really all to it. Just has a little HDMI output, a little micro USB input, and 4 USB ports and Ethernet port. So there's the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so we got the Raspberry Pi. Now what's next is let's take a look at the case. So here's the case. It just came in a normal little white box. Let's see if this case is going to work for us. This is the case. You can see very see-through. I can even mount it to the wall if I wanted to. And see, it just snaps in and out like that. So let's go ahead and put this into the case. And we see here that the case is on, somewhat. There. So I now have the case on. My Raspberry Pi is now in the case. And I have full access to everything now. Okay? So there's the Raspberry Pi. Next thing we have is just the standard Cooltech AC, actually it's a DC adapter. And this will plug into here. Like that. Okay? So just undo that. And I like this. This is actually a very, very long cable. I don't know why people will complain, but it's a very, very long power adapter cable, so I like that. I'll keep the twist tie. Next thing I got was a SanDisk Ultra micro SD card, and it's 64 gig at 10 class. So let's go ahead and let me get this out of here. And it comes with an adapter, which is nice. I don't know how I'm going to get this out of here, but there has to be some easy way of doing it, you know? There we go. Okay, so here's the normal SD card adapter. I just put the micro SD card into here. And then there's the micro SD card, and that thing is so tiny. That's like the size of a fingernail. Literally, that is so tiny. I didn't know it would be that tiny. So there's that. Okay. I didn't even know I was out of the camera view. But I'm gonna pop this into here, and then I'm going to put Raspbian on it. Okay, I'll put Raspbian on it. That'll be the next thing to do. So really, that is that. Next thing I got was a UDMax wireless 802.11 BGN nano USB adapter for Wi-Fi. As you can see, it just has a documentation and should have a CD in here for the drivers. Just comes with a little CD for the drivers, installation guide, and then we have, it's golden, which I like. Then we have the little Wi-Fi adapter, and we just pop that into one of these USB ports right here. Very self-explanatory how that works. Okay guys, well that was all. That was just a quick unboxing of my Raspberry Pi. And as you can see here, at the bottom here is where we put in the little micro SD card right into there. And it'll say on the bottom here, it will say SD card, see? So, that's how that goes. But yeah, it's just, this is really tiny. I did not know it would be this tiny. But, I like it. Okay, so we have my Raspberry turned on now. We went through the setup, configured, the host name, password, extended the file system, we did the locale, enabled SSH, all that stuff. Now to boot it up, we have it connected to my brother's Vizio HD TV via HDMI here. Now you see it's just asking us to sign in here. Now it's not connected to the internet or anything. We don't have Wi-Fi enabled on it yet. We don't have the adapter in. But we have our generic on USB keyboard, $5. And then we have our Raspberry Pi just sitting right there in the case. Okay, so now we typed in start X, and now we have a GUI here, and I don't know where the mouse is. Here's the mouse, and does our mouse work? Yes, our mouse works. Look at this, Ben. We have accessories, we have a calculator, PDF viewer, text viewer, we have games, Minecraft, Python, internet. We have all kinds of stuff. We have programming, Python, just a whole list of things. So there you go. That's just a quick little look of my Raspberry Pi. I will not be using the GUI on this. I will be using it as a little home server. So that will be that. Let's see how I can see the see how I can find out the file system on this. Now that opens up terminal. It says file manager. And if we look here, we have our file system, and if you look, we do got our full file space right there. So that is good. And there we go.